Hello, my name is Brandy, and I am a part-time reseller hoping to do this full-time because I really enjoy finding things and rehoming them. Gonna do a video. I started about a year ago, and I'm gonna do a video of things that I have found, where I found them, and what I had made. So I'm gonna show you um, the items off of my Facebook Marketplace page. It seems to be the easiest, so I'm going to go ahead and show you those items now. So one of the very first things that I bought was at a yard sale. I bought this Disney Joy sign, Christmas yard ornament, and I paid $7.50 for this. I made 80 and my profit was 57. So that is one of the very first things that I bought. I also bought this snowman Mickey Mouse Disney yard ornament, and I paid $7.50 for it as well. This one I made $30 and I made a profit of 22. So if you see these at a yard sale, it's probably a good thing to pick up. And we're gonna go up to this Camwood wooden training baseball bat. I bought this at a yard sale. It was a really good buy. It sold within one day. I sold it on eBay. I paid 20, made 50, and I made a profit of $30. So this was a good buy. If you see one of these, pick it up. And we're going to go to this Cole Haan purse. I paid $10 for this at Goodwill. I sold it for 50 and I made a profit of 40. It was really nice, clean purse. I love picking up purses. I've sold quite a few. This was a good one that I found. That was a black Cole Haan purse. I sold this on Facebook. I bought it at Goodwill and sold it on Facebook. I sold other things. I just don't want to go through everything. These are some wooden bookends that I found at a yard sale. They're vintage. I love picking up vintage stuff. It's fun. It's cool. I paid $3 for these. I made 35 and I made a profit of 32, and I sold these on Facebook Marketplace. So these were a really good buy, and they're really pretty. Then we will go to this king plaque. I bought this at Goodwill. I paid $6 and I sold it on eBay for 75, made a profit of 64. This was a really good buy. It's Sid Dickens, an artist out of Canada. So if you see one of these, pick them up. They're worth some money. There's other ones out there other than the king plaque. Then I found these Doc Marten boots at Goodwill. They're very nice. I paid $15, sold them for 50, and made a profit of 35. I sold these on Facebook Marketplace. They were really clean. I try to only pick up shoes if they seem pretty clean. So that the Doc Marten boots are a good buy. And let's go to the next one. These shoes are really cool. I paid $20 for these at Goodwill, and I sold them on Poshmark. They took quite a while to sell. I paid 20, I made 52, I made a profit of 32. But they were really nice, really pretty color of purple, and they're made in Brazil. So these were a nice find. They did take a long time to sell, but they did eventually sell. And they're nice, clean pair of heels. We're gonna go to these Nike. These should be Bolo. Be on the lookout for these Nike dry fit tennis golf hats. This was a really good find. I paid $1 for it at a yard sale, and I got 36 for a profit of $24. I sold it on eBay. So look out for these Nike dry fit tennis hats. This one was in really nice condition. I found a black one as well. I paid $3 for it, made 22, and made a profit of 19. This was a good buy as well. This Kate Spade glittery bag. I paid 20, made 51, made a profit of 31. I sold it. I bought it at a yard sale and I sold it on eBay. This was it was brand new. The lady never used it. So this was a good buy. It was a really pretty, clean purse. Sometimes when I find these purses, I want to keep them for myself. They're so nice. And let's see. These, I actually bought these Nikes. I paid $20 for these on eBay. They did take a while to sell, but I sold them on eBay for $50, made a profit of $30. But these were brand new, had never been worn. They're really nice, clean Nikes, so did well with these. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, these are a Bolo. Be on the lookout for these. So I had bought 2 of these at Goodwill in Pennsylvania when I was back home visiting family. There was 2 of them there. These were Fenton Milk Glass Hobnail, Hurricane Lampshade Replacement. I sold both of them. They both sold pretty quickly. For this one, so these were $5 a piece, and I sold it for $37, made a profit of $20, and I made a profit of $21 on the other one because there was 2 of them, and I sold one on Facebook and one on Poshmark. So these are really good to find. So if you find these, pick them up. They do sell, and they sell fairly quickly. Okay, let's go to, I think this was the other one. So there's the 2 of them there. This was the black Nike dry fit hat. So those are definitely worth picking up. Let's see. Let's go to Crocs. Crocs, I believe, are a Bolo. I don't really buy like normal Crocs. I try to look for special ones like these. These are really cool. These are like people are on their feet a lot, like nurses, waitresses. These were very glittery, really cool, and I I paid, let me see, for these, I paid $11. I sold them for $23 and made a profit of $12. So not a ton of money there, but I bought them at Goodwill and sold them on eBay. But I picked them up because I knew they would sell. So be on the lookout for nice Crocs. This was a good buy. Like I said, I love picking up purses. This is a Coach bag that I picked up at a sale. And for this one, I paid $10, sold it for $35, made a profit of $25. This was a really nice bag. No major flaws, pretty clean. So of course, if you come across any really nice purses, especially the designer ones like this Coach bag, pick it up. And I also picked this up at the same sale. This was a really nice purse as well. This is a Dooney and Burke leopard print. This one was really nice and super clean as well. For this one, I paid $10, sold it for $33, made a profit of $23. So Dooney and Burke, picked those up. I tried to pick up stuff that's in pretty nice condition. Nothing is ever perfect, but I do try to pick up stuff that's in pretty nice condition. This was from the same sale. This was a brown pebbled leather Michael Kors bag. This one, I did not. Okay, yes, I do have it here. So I paid $15. I made $35, made a profit of $25. This one was pretty nice and clean as well. The handle had a little flaw there, but all in all, this purse was really nice. Inside was really clean. So that was a good pickup. And this was at the same sale. I got some really nice stuff at this sale. So this Squishmallow, Star Wars Squishmallow, I paid 75 cents, and I sold it on eBay, made a profit of $20. So this one was super nice, super clean. It was a bigger one, so that was a great find. I don't really go through the smaller Squishmallows. It seems like the thrift stores have a lot of them, and it's very time consuming going through each one of these. But I knew this was Star Wars, and it was a bigger one, and it was 75 cents, so I knew that I should pick that up. This was a pretty cool find at Goodwill. It was on the very bottom shelf. It's very pretty. It is a Princess House Fantasia Fine Crystal chip and veggie dip serving tray. This I paid about $13 for. I sold it for $35, made a profit of $22 on eBay. So this was a really good find. It was very pretty. So if you see one of those, pick it up. And I didn't really think much of these, honestly. These are antique hand-carved American Indian wood carvings, and they were signed by the artist. I think I picked these up for about $4, sold for $35, made a profit of $31. I sold them on Facebook Marketplace. There's the artist name at the bottom. But I didn't think anything of it when I first bought them, but they did sell. So that was pretty cool. That was a cool find. This was a great buy. This was a Kate Spade teapot. I found this at Goodwill for $10, sold it for $30, made a profit of Close to $20. I sold it on Poshmark. This sold pretty quickly. So if you see any of these, pick them up. This was it was pretty clean. Looks like it was barely used. The maker of this teapot is Lennox. So that was a good find. Lennox makes some good quality things. These were a good buy. These are Converse. These are men's shoes. I paid $20 at a local thrift store. Sold them for $60. I made a profit of $40 on Poshmark. They were brand new with the tag on them. So this was a really cool find. These were really nice Converse shoes. And moving right along to these are really nice. This is one of the very first things that I bought at a local thrift store. These are Bing and Grandal Christmas rose plates. These I paid $30 for the whole set. There was 31 dishes in total, so there was a lot of dishes. I made $70 and made a profit of $40. So these were a good buy. They did take a while to sell, but they did eventually sell. But these were really nice plates. They are made in Denmark. So yeah, that was a good buy. Let's see. Okay, so this is a Dooney and Burke Barbie doll, made by Mattel. This I paid $30 for. I sold for $60. Made a profit of $30 on eBay. So this was at Goodwill. I bought this. It was a really neat find. So I was happy with this one. I thought it was really cool, and I made $30 off of it. So that was a good find. This was really pretty. I found this Fenton Dusty Rose covered trinket. It was really, really nice. I found that at Goodwill, and I paid $3, sold it for $30, and made a profit of $27. I like finding the vintage glass. It's really pretty. So I like to find that. I found a couple of Boyd's Bear stuff. Didn't make a ton of money off of it, but they do sell. So I started going to estate sales. Guess it would be back in around September. And the very first one I went to, I found the Boyd's Bears. I found quite a few things. The house had a lot of stuff in it, including these. These are Royal Doulton Fine Crystal by Stratford. These are the fluted champagnes made in France. They were brand new in the box with the stickers on them. Very, 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 very pretty crystal glasses. I would consider these crystal glasses a bolo because I've bought quite a few sets of them, and I've sold most of them. I do have 1 or 2 sets now I'm trying to sell, but it seems like January is a little slow. But these I paid probably about I picked up 3 boxes of them, paid a total of like $21, and sold them all to the same customer on eBay. I made $125 and a profit of $104. It was all 3 of these sets here. So the fluted champagne glasses, the goblet, which would be these, and these ones as well. So if you see crystal wine glasses, and they're good quality, they will sell. So pick those up. These were other crystal glasses that I found. These were really pretty as well. These are, I'm not sure exactly how you say this, but these are champagne flutes made by Crystal de Arquez. Longchamp crystal glasses. These sold too. These were really nice. And oh, this was a nice find right here. If you see Harry Potter books, pick them up. They are worth some money. So I picked these up for $5. And I sold them for $70 and made a profit of $65. Yes. So definitely, if you see Harry Potter books, definitely pick them up. These were in pretty nice condition. And it was a box of them for $5. I think there was one book missing, and that was it. This I picked up at a yard sale. This is pretty cool as well. This is like a art fairy princess butterfly trinket box. I paid $5, sold it for $36, made a profit of $31 on eBay. So that was a good find. And it's really cute. Then this was a nice find as well. I picked this up at a yard sale. It's a Juicy Couture heart necklace. It was brand new in the box. I paid $5 for it, sold it for $40, made a profit of $35 on eBay. So this was a great buy. I couldn't believe I had found that, but it was a really good choice. I picked up this Snoopy snow globe at an estate sale. It's new in the box, $6. I sold it for $27, made a profit of $21. So that was a really good buy. I mean, who doesn't love the Peanuts, right? I love the Peanuts. Charlie Brown, Snoopy and the gang. So that was a good one there. This was at an estate sale as well. I would be on the lookout for this. This was a really good buy. They're stained glass Christmas Victorian like houses in church. And this I paid $3. I paid $3 for this. I know I must have forgot to write this one down, but I know that I made over $100 for it. But this was a really good buy. So if you see one of these, if you see a set of these, pick them up because you can make some money off of these. And they worked. They came in the box. That's the box they were in. So that was a good buy. This was pretty cool. This was like a carved soapstone bamboo trinket box. It had chopsticks in it with little turtles that hold the chopsticks. I didn't write this one down, but I think I might have made a profit of maybe $20 on this, and I paid $5. Oh, this was really nice. So, the same estate sale that I got the vintage Tiffany stained glass houses from, I also got this Seiko clock. This was really cool. it actually plays music. And Seiko clock, I paid $40 for that, and I made $100, so I made a profit of $60, and I sold that on Facebook Marketplace. So that was a really good buy there. These were at the same estate sale, these Department 56 little Christmas Village houses. I paid $10 each. And I think I made a profit of about $20 for each of these. But these were a good buy. These are really nice Christmas Village houses. This was the Dickens Village, the Grapes Inn, 5th edition. So if you see any of these and you can get them for a good price, these are worth picking up. Here's another one. This is Heritage Village, English Cottage. So this was another nice one to pick up. That's what the box looks like, the Department 56. There's another hobnail, hurricane lampshade. These are really cool. I found these at an estate sale. They were cobalt blue glasses. I paid $12 for these. I sold them for $32. Made a profit of $20, and I sold them on eBay. They were kind of small, but they're really cool. And these actually sold pretty quickly. All the stuff from that estate sale, the Department 56 houses, the Tiffany Village stained glass, and the Seiko clock all sold pretty quickly. I picked up this black Coach bag for about $13, and I sold it for $35, made a profit of about $21. It was a smaller bag. It had just a couple of spots on it, but all in all, it was a really nice, clean bag. So that was a good find. I picked this up at a yard sale. It didn't take too long, maybe a couple months, but it did sell. These Uggs were a nice find, these Ugg boots. I picked these up at a yard sale for $20, sold them for $50, made a profit of $30. These are really nice, super clean. So these sold. So if you see these Ugg boots, they are definitely worth the pickup, especially if they're really nice ones like these. And this was a really nice vintage Coach bag. It's brown leather. It was in pretty nice condition for it being vintage. Really nice and clean in the inside. I picked this one up for $13, sold it for $45, made a profit of $31. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. So that bag was a good find. I picked up these white Fenton milk glass candle holders. These are really nice. They come with the clear ruffled edges on the bottom. I paid $9, sold them for $27, made a profit of $18, and I sold them on Facebook Marketplace. I do ship a lot of items off of Facebook Marketplace to customers if they're not close by and they really want the item. These were really pretty, so they were a good find. They're made by Fenton. Fenton makes some really nice, pretty glass. I picked up these at an estate sale. This was a good find. These were really pretty. These are Wedgwood Blue Jasperware. This was a little pot planter. These are made in England. Has a really nice design on it. This one, I paid $18, sold it for $50, and made a profit of $32. I sold this on Facebook Marketplace. So this was really nice pickup. I also found the heart trinket box at the same estate sale. So this was really nice as well. For this I paid $4, sold it for $24, made a profit of $19. I sold this item on eBay. So that was a really good find. Both of those, they're very pretty, good quality. I would say if you see that blue Jasperware, to pick it up. I picked up this vintage Hummel, stormy weather, the boy and girl under the umbrella. I paid $5 for that. I want to say I sold it for like $35. I think I sold this on Poshmark. So these little Hummel Goebel figures are worth some money. You can see the Hummel logo at the bottom. So if you see these, I would pick these up as well. There's the Goebel. They're made in Germany. So that was a good buy. I picked up these Vans. First pair of Vans I've ever picked up. I don't really pick them up, but when it's a collab, like with the Disney, with the Mickey and Minnie on here, and I think that's Goofy there in the background, but I picked these up because of the Disney characters on the shoes. These I picked up for $20. I sold them for $45, made a profit of $25, and I sold them on Facebook Marketplace. And these looked practically brand new. Like, they were hardly ever worn. So if you see something like this, I would pick it up. And I found these at an estate sale. These were really nice. These are Royal Doulton Bramley Hedge Spring Summer Autumn Winter teacups. These are really cool. They come with little mice on them, and they like tell a little story on the cups. So these were really neat. These are made in England, 1983. So these were really neat. I picked these up. I would say these are a bolo. Be on the lookout for. I picked these up for $30. I sold them for $105. I made a profit of $75 on eBay. So if you see these are definitely something you want to buy. This was really cool. I paid $4 for this lemon pie dish at a thrift store. I paid $4 for it, and it sold right away. I made $24, made a profit of $20. That was crazy. It only had one little tiny chip in the side there, but it has the lemon pie recipe on it. I thought this was super cool. It's vintage. I love vintage stuff. So this was fun to pick up. I like to buy stuff that's fun, that I like, that I think is cool, and that. But also, you want to try to make sure that it sells. But I thought this was a good find, and it sold pretty quickly. I sold that on Poshmark. These were super cool. These sold pretty quickly as well. These are vintage amber colored glass, made by Libby Country Garden Daisy Flower water juice cups. I had 2 sets listed. These were all the same. I had the same glasses but different sizes. But the lady wanted all of them, so I pretty much paid $28 for all of them. Sold them for $65. I made a profit of $37, and I sold these on Facebook Marketplace. So these were super cool. I'm glad I picked them up. I bought 2 of these at an estate sale. These are Vera Bradley blankets. They're very soft, like fleece type material. This one sold pretty quickly. It's very pretty, had a really nice design on it. I paid $5 for it. I think I made sold it for $25, made a profit of $20. I sold this on Facebook Marketplace. That one sold pretty quickly. I do have a blue one that has not sold yet, but that's okay. These marbles, I found at an estate sale. They were in a little planter, so I kind of sold it together. I paid $4 for the planter full of blue cobalt marbles. I thought that was really cool, and those I sold for $35, made a profit of $30, and I sold those on Facebook Marketplace. This is some more of that Royal Dalton sets. This one, it just had 2 plates, 3 bowls, and 2 cups, but it came with bunnies on it, and I thought that was really cool. I paid $10 for these at Goodwill, and I sold them for $31, made a profit of $21 on eBay. So I thought these were really neat. Tells a little story on them. Little bunnykins, 1988. These sold fairly quickly as well. So if you see this Royal Dalton teacups, or plates, bowls, I would pick them up. Oh, here's another hurricane lamp. It's probably the last item that I'll show you guys, but this is another hurricane lamp that I picked up. I picked this one up from Goodwill for $8. I sold it for $28, made a profit of $20, and I sold this on eBay. This was the first one that I found that had an actual design on it. It had a little scratch at the top, but no chips. It wasn't broken anywhere. It was in really nice condition. So these hurricane lamp replacement lids, these are definitely something you want to pick up. I've sold 5 of them. So if you see these, pick them up. But that will conclude what I've sold. I mean, I've sold more stuff, but that's a lot of the stuff that I've sold in the past year. So I just want to share that with you guys so you could see what I found, see what you can find out there, see what can make you money. So I'm hoping to share some more videos with you guys. Hopefully this year will be a better year in finding stuff. It's like treasure hunting and finding new homes for it. I really enjoy doing it. So thanks for checking out my video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them for you. And I hope y'all enjoy your Sunday. Have a great day.